Chosen one. If you arrived at this video at this exact moment, it wasn't coincidence. This isn't entertainment. It is a celestial revelation about a trillionaire investigation that is happening about you right now. I don't speak to the masses, nor seek approval from the world. This message was sealed in the higher hierarchies and sent only to people who demonstrated possessing characteristics that make billionaires lose sleep. You didn't come here out of curiosity. You were guided because there is a secret network of investigators working for people with fortunes that surpass the GDP of entire countries. And your photo is circulating among them right now. If you are doubting what I am talking about, you can stop the video now. This revelation isn't for everyone. It is only for people who always knew they carry something extraordinary, even when the world tried to convince them otherwise, while billions live their ordinary lives, completely ignoring the power they possess. You were identified as someone worth investments that most people cannot even imagine. I want you to stop for a moment and think. You always knew you were different, didn't you? You always felt that your energy, your way of thinking, your ability to solve problems, or your intuition worked in a way that attracted attention from the right people. Maybe you are one of those people who, when entering a room, people naturally look. Or maybe you have an inexplicable ability to see solutions where others only see problems. Or perhaps you might be the type who always felt destined for something much greater than the life you are living. Let me tell you something that will completely change how you see your own life. There is a specific billionaire who spent the last months investigating people like you through a global network of specialists in identifying rare talents. And when your photo reached him, when he saw the complete dossier about your unique characteristics, his reaction was something his own advisors had never witnessed before. This man, who has bought entire companies on impulse, who has financed developing countries, who has more money than he could spend in 3 lifetimes, became obsessed with the idea of creating a perfect environment where you can fully develop your potential. And that is why he did something that shocked even his own lawyers. He bought an entire country, not for himself, for you. Today, I am going to reveal exactly how they discovered you. What are the 5 specific characteristics that made this billionaire lose control over his budget? And most importantly, how your life is about to change in a way you cannot even imagine yet. But before revealing the 5 specific signs that you are being investigated by trillionaire fortunes and why your energy causes this type of reaction in extremely powerful people, subscribe to this channel now and turn on all notifications, because this revelation is being shared only with people who demonstrated having the same inexplicable magnetism that caught this investor's attention. And stay until the end, because I am going to teach you the trillionaire magnetism activation that will amplify your natural ability to attract people with unlimited resources. But it only works if you absorb each revelation in the exact sequence I am going to present. Write 777 in the comments. If you also always knew you were destined for a life on a completely different level, I want you to understand the magnitude of what I am about to reveal. There is an extremely discreet, global network of unique talent hunters that works exclusively for people with fortunes above $50 billion. They don't look for employees. They don't look for business partners. They look for individuals with characteristics so rare that they justify investments that seem insane to ordinary people. Maybe you remember situations where someone commented about your unique way of thinking, or where people said you had something special but could never explain exactly what. Or maybe you noticed how certain people become inexplicably interested in talking to you as if they sensed a different energy. Well, that different energy that you always knew you had didn't go unnoticed. There is a specific algorithm that maps behavioral patterns, intuitive capabilities, and natural leadership characteristics on social media, recorded conversations, and even through facial analysis in public photos. Your photo reached this system not by chance. Someone close to you, it could have been a friend, a co-worker, or even someone you met briefly, but who was impressed by something about you, sent your image to this database. It wasn't with bad intentions. It was because that person recognized and knew something they couldn't explain, but knew was valuable. Maybe they noticed how you solve problems differently, or how you see opportunities where others don't, or simply how your presence changes the energy of any environment. What you didn't know is that there is a trillionaire market for people with your specific characteristics. Billionaires who have already conquered everything in material terms are always looking for the last truly scarce resource on the planet: truly unique minds. When your photo was processed by the algorithm, when they analyzed your communication patterns, your way of making decisions, your ability to influence people without force, the results were classified as diamond category. This means you possess a combination of characteristics that appears in less than 0.001% of the world population. And that is when everything changed, because there is a specific billionaire who for years was looking for someone with exactly your profile for a project he considers the most important investment of his life. Now I am going to reveal the 5 specific signs that confirm you are being discreetly investigated by people with unlimited resources. And when you hear each one, you will recognize situations that happened in your life recently. First sign: impossible coincidences to explain. Lately, have you noticed that coincidences are happening with strange frequency? Casual encounters with people who end up being very important. Opportunities that appear exactly when you needed them. Information that reaches you at the perfect moment. This isn't luck. These are disguised tests to confirm your intuitive navigation capabilities. Second sign: people asking specific questions about you. Have you noticed how lately people have been asking very specific things about your plans, your dreams, your frustrations, your way of thinking? Questions that go beyond normal curiosity. These people may not even know they are collecting data, but they were unconsciously recruited to map your complete psychological profile. Third sign: your intuition is sharper than normal. Have you felt that your ability to sense things about people and situations has intensified? As if you could predict results with accuracy that surprises you. This happens because when you are being observed by high-level minds, your own mind expands to match the frequency of the attention you are receiving. Fourth sign: unexpected recognition in professional situations. Have people in positions of authority been showing respect for you that seems disproportionate to your current position? Have you been consulted about important decisions even when it shouldn't be your responsibility? This happens because your natural leadership energy is being amplified by the high-level attention you are receiving. Fifth sign: subtle changes in your life pattern. Have small but consistent financial opportunities been appearing? Have you been able to solve problems that before seemed impossible? Has your life been flowing strangely smoothly lately? This is evidence that resources are being discreetly directed to facilitate your life while they complete the investigation about you. If you recognized at least 3 of these signs, confirmation: you are being investigated by people with unlimited resources. If you recognized all 5, you are dealing with a level of interest that very few people on the planet receive. And there is something more. The fact that you were able to identify these patterns proves you possess the discernment they were looking for. Most people would live these signs without ever realizing what was happening. And now I am going to reveal what really made this billionaire completely lose control over his budget. When he saw the complete report about you, the dossier about you didn't contain just basic information like education, professional experience, or financial situation. It contained a deep analysis of your most valuable psychological characteristics, those that cannot be taught, bought, or replicated. First characteristic that impressed him: your ability for complex systems reading. You can look at complicated situations and instinctively know where the leverage points are, where small changes can generate big results. This is a skill worth trillions in the business world, but that cannot be developed through formal education. Second, your natural trust magnetism. People trust you even when they just met you. They feel you are genuine, that you don't have hidden agendas, that you really care about their well-being. In a world where distrust is the norm, this capability is worth more than any fortune. Third, your evolutionary resilience. Every difficulty you face, instead of breaking you, makes you stronger and wiser. You have the rare ability to transform obstacles into advantages, problems into opportunities, crises into growth. Fourth, your protection instinct. You naturally take care of people around you, protect the weaker ones, defend what is right even when it costs you something. Billionaires know thousands of self-interested people. Finding someone with genuine compassion is like finding a diamond in a coal mine. And fifth, the most valuable of all, your sustainable future vision. You don't think only about immediate success. You instinctively consider the long-term impact of decisions, the well-being of future generations, the sustainability of any project. When this billionaire read these 5 characteristics in your dossier, when he understood that you naturally possess everything he spent decades trying to develop in himself, he made a decision that left even his most experienced advisors in a state of shock. For those who made it here and are recognizing in themselves these characteristics of natural leadership and personal magnetism, there is specific knowledge about how to consciously amplify your power to attract unlimited resources. These are techniques that cost less than a pizza, and you receive a complete audiobook and a 5-minute manifestation guide as a special bonus. If you feel you need to learn to deliberately access your capacity to attract trillionaire abundance, access is available in the link in the description. But before I tell you about the country he bought specifically for you, I need to reveal why he insisted it had to be an entire country. And this is where the story becomes truly impressive. This billionaire could have offered anything: a company, a mansion, a yacht, even $1 billion in cash. But he chose to buy an entire country. Why? Because he understood something that few people with unlimited resources can see. You are not someone who just wants personal wealth. You are someone who wants real impact, lasting legacy, the ability to create significant changes in the world. He recognized that giving money to you would be like giving a drop of water to someone who wants to create an ocean. You need territory, autonomy, total freedom to implement your visions without interference from bureaucracies, politics, or limitations that don't make sense. The country he chose isn't a problematic or unstable nation. It is a strategic territory with valuable natural resources, a small but intelligent population, and unlimited development potential. A place where you can literally create the society you always imagined was possible. Imagine having total freedom to implement educational systems that actually work, to create an economy that benefits all participants, to establish policies that prioritize human well-being and environmental sustainability above short-term profits. But there is more. He is not just giving you a country. He is offering you a laboratory to prove there is a better way to organize human society. And he wants to document every step of this process, because he believes you can create a model that can be replicated globally. You would become not just the leader of a nation, but the pioneer of a new form of civilization. Your name would go down in history, not as another billionaire who accumulated wealth, but as the person who proved it is possible to create genuine prosperity for everyone. And most incredibly, he is willing to invest not just in buying the country, but in all initial development. Infrastructure, technology, education, healthcare, everything you need to transform your vision into reality. Because he knows you wouldn't do this for personal glorification. You would do it because you genuinely believe you can create something better for humanity. And that motivation is exactly what he was looking for. And now I am going to explain the practical changes that have already started happening in your life. Since you were identified as a candidate for this trillionaire project, and what will happen in the almost supernatural way. Not small opportunities, but real chances to demonstrate your leadership capabilities in increasingly larger contexts. This isn't coincidence. These are final tests to confirm you really possess the characteristics identified in the dossier. Second, influential people will start appearing in your life in unexpected ways. Casual conversations that transform into important connections. Invitations to events where you never imagined you would be included. Introductions to people who can dramatically accelerate your current projects. Third, you will feel a mental clarity about your purpose that you may have never felt before, as if all your life experiences suddenly made sense as preparation for something much bigger. This clarity isn't psychological. It is the result of confirmation that you really were chosen for something extraordinary. Fourth, financial resources will start flowing in unexpected ways, not necessarily huge amounts, but enough for you to notice your economic situation is resolving in ways you weren't able to create on your own. And fifth, most importantly, you will start feeling a deep responsibility to use your capabilities, not just for your own benefit, but to create something that improves other people's lives, because you were chosen not just for what you can achieve, but for what you can contribute. In the coming weeks, you will receive increasingly clear signs that significant changes are coming. It could be through unexpected professional opportunities, through people appearing, offering resources or partnerships, through sudden insights about projects you always wanted to develop. And when official contact happens, and it will happen, you will immediately recognize it is not coincidence. You will know your whole life was preparation for this moment. The only thing you need to do is continue being exactly who you are. Continue making decisions based on your values. Continue prioritizing the well-being of people around you. Continue believing it is possible to create a better world, because it was exactly that authenticity that caught his attention. And it is that authenticity that will guarantee you use this country not for personal power, but to demonstrate there is a better way to organize human civilization. And now the moment has arrived to consciously amplify your natural ability to attract people with unlimited resources, who recognize your extraordinary value. If you made it here recognizing each sign that you possess characteristics that make billionaires lose sleep, if you felt deep recognition when I spoke about the trillionaire dossier, then you are ready for the trillionaire magnetism activation. This activation will crystallize your natural leadership frequency, amplify your power to attract abundant resources, and establish you as a magnet for people who can dramatically accelerate the realization of your most important projects. Prepare your most inspiring space. Eliminate all distractions that could interfere with this attunement to unlimited abundance frequencies. Find a position where you can remain for 15 minutes, completely focused on this activation of your natural magnetism. Mentally declare that this moment is the conscious recognition of your extraordinary value and your ability to attract unlimited resources for projects that benefit humanity. Breathe deeply 3 times, feeling each breath activating abundance codes that were awaiting this specific authorization. Visualize a golden light descending from above and completely enveloping your being. This is the light of trillionaire recognition, confirming you deserve and are ready to access resources that allow real impact in the world. Now let's activate your trillionaire magnetism through 5 specific declarations. First declaration: recognition of your unique value. Declare with all the strength of your expanded consciousness. I recognize that I possess unique characteristics worth more than any fortune. I accept that I am worthy of unlimited resources to create positive impact in the world. Feel the golden light intensifying around you. Confirming your declaration activates recognition frequencies in all trillionaire minds on the planet. Second declaration: activation of natural magnetism. Declare, I consciously activate my power to attract people with unlimited resources. I radiate the frequency that makes billionaires recognize my extraordinary potential. Visualize waves of golden energy emanating from you in all directions, carrying information about your unique value to all people who can accelerate your projects. Third declaration: alignment with higher purpose. Declare, I attract trillionaire abundance because my mission benefits humanity. My success creates prosperity for everyone around me. Feel a deep connection establishing itself between your heart and the global network of people who share visions of a better world. Fourth declaration: manifestation of epic opportunities. Declare, I manifest opportunities that allow me to fully demonstrate my capabilities. I attract projects worthy of my real potential. Visualize golden doors opening around you, each one revealing opportunities you cannot even imagine yet, but that are perfect for your unique abilities. Fifth declaration: establishment as global leader. Declare, I establish myself as a leader who inspires lasting positive changes. My example shows it is possible to create genuine prosperity for everyone. Now, unite all frequencies, declaring with all the power of your natural leadership. I am a magnet for unlimited resources because I use abundance to create real positive impact. I attract visionary billionaires who recognize my extraordinary value. My magnetic energy crosses all obstacles and reaches directly the minds of people with real power to transform visions into reality. I don't seek wealth for personal consumption. I attract resources to create a better world for everyone. Billionaires recognize me as someone worthy of the greatest investments because they know I multiply any resource for collective benefit. I am a natural leader who naturally attracts people with sustainable future vision. Now, breathe deeply 3 times, feeling each breath anchoring this activation at all levels of your existence. Open your eyes to a reality where you are a conscious magnet for trillionaire abundance directed toward positive impact. In the coming weeks, you will notice influential people starting to appear in your life in unexpected ways. That epic opportunities present themselves when you least expect. That resources begin flowing to your projects in ways that seem impossible. Trust every opportunity that arises. Accept every invitation that resonates with your heart. Recognize the hand of abundance operating through every synchronization that accelerates your projects. If this activation awakened memories of all the times you knew you were destined for something greater, if you felt the trillionaire magnetism crystallizing around you while making the declarations, then you are prepared for even more advanced techniques for manifesting unlimited resources. The complete material about developing magnetism for trillionaire abundance costs less than a pizza and includes an audiobook and 5-minute manifestation guide as bonuses. If you feel you need additional guidance to further amplify your ability to attract unlimited resources, access is available in the link in the description. Subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications to receive revelations that will further strengthen your journey as a magnet for trillionaire abundance. Share this video only with that specific person you recognize also possesses natural magnetism for abundant resources. Because visionary leaders need to recognize and strengthen each other, write 777 in the comments to confirm you activated your trillionaire magnetism and now consciously attract people with unlimited resources. Click now on the video appearing on your screen to discover how trillionaire magnets automatically develop a global influence that transforms not just their lives, but the reality of millions of people. Together we are stronger.